Students, now in this session I will explain question number 2 and 3 of exercise 6.4 chapter squares and square root. Okay, now question number 2 is very interesting. Now what is question number 2 is saying that find the number of digits in the square root of each of those following. That means it is already very much clear that all the numbers which are given under question number 2 are all perfect square numbers. Now you don't have to calculate and see that how many digits would be there for the following square root numbers. Fine. So see what they're saying that suppose if I give you one example 36. Fine. So square root of 36 is what? 6. So the number of digits in the square root of 36 is what? How many digits are there? Only one, isn't it? So this is how we are getting after calculation. Now without doing calculation, how will all of us will know that how many digits would be there in the square root of the particular number which is given in question number 2. Okay, so there is one particular way of doing it. Now the first thing that you have to consider, students, that you have to consider n. How many n's are there? So first, n is very important. Now what is n? N is number of digits, okay, number of digits in a square number, okay. This is the first thing that is very important. Now after this, now if n is even, suppose number of digits is even, then number of digits in a square number would be, you have to use this formula, n by 2. And if n is what? Odd. That means if the number of digits is odd, then number of digits in square number would be n plus 1 by 2. So these are the two formulas that you have to use. First of all, you have to write this part, that is what is n. Okay, after that, if you see that n is even, if n is even, students, if n is even, fine, then you have to use n by 2. And at last, if you see n is odd, then you have to use this formula. Fine. So I will show you how exactly these things will work in question number 2. Now let's talk about sum number 1. Fine. Now sum number 1 is what? 64. Isn't it? 64. So how many digits are there? How many digits are there in 64? So n is 2. Isn't it? There are 2 digits in 64. Now 2 is what? Odd or even? Obviously it is even. Fine. So now when it is even, so the number of digits of a square root of 64 would be what? N by 2. So now we'll write, therefore, number of digits in square root of 64 would be what? N by 2. Now what is the value of n for 64? It is 2. So 2 by 2. So after calculation you will get 1. Isn't it? So how many digits would be there for the square root of 64? That will be 1. Fine. Now let's do sum number 2. Now sum number 2, we have 144. So what is n, students? N would be 3, because how many digits are there? 3. So now 3 is what? Even or odd? It is odd. Exactly, odd. Now how to find out? Therefore, number of digits in square root of 144 will be what? Odd means which formula we have to use? N plus 1 by 2. N plus 1 by 2. Now in place of n, what we will put? 3 plus 1 by 2. 3 plus 1 is what? 4 by 2. And if you reduce it, the answer is what? 2. So number of digits in the square root of 144 is what? 2. Isn't it? So without calculation, we can find it out, the number of digits of any given number square root. Okay. So now we'll try question number 3. So question number 3, we have 4483. That means what is n? N is 4, as 4 digits are there. So now 4, if 4, then it is even number, isn't it? 4 is even number. So we will write, therefore, number of digits in square root of 4489. That will be, if it is even, then we'll use this formula, that is n by 2. Now what is n for this number? It is 4. 4 upon 2. So your answer will be 2. So this is how you have to do the other sums. So the rest of the sums would be your homework, students. Okay. Now let's move on to sum number 3, students. So question number 3, we have to again find the square root by division method, but this time you see all the numbers are carrying the decimals. So it is very similar to what we have done in question number 1. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to write the numbers. Okay, that is 2.56, and then we have to draw the line. Fine, I hope everyone remembers. Now what is the next thing we have to do? Yes, we have to do the pairing from, and from which side we have to do the pairing? From the extreme right side of the number. So this is the first pairing. This number is not in pair, so we'll put point here. Okay, one dot at the top of the number. Now, so what is the table? I hope everyone remembers. 1 1s are 1, 2 2s are 4, 3 3s are 9, 4 4s are 16. So we have to see the closest number to 2, isn't it? So 1 1s are 1, 2 2s are 4. 2 2s are 4 is greater number, so we'll first use this number. 1 1s are 1. Now we'll subtract. 2 minus 1 is 1. Now, before we bring these two numbers here, there is one decimal is there, isn't it? So we have to remove this decimal. So when we'll remove this decimal, we'll bring the decimal here. Okay, we'll write the decimal here. Now you bring this 2 digits, that is 56. Now what is the next thing that we do? Whichever number we write here, we write here also, and then we add, isn't it? So 1 plus 1 is what? 2, and then you give dash, isn't it? Now this is the number that we have to bring, because there is no other number, no other pairs are there. So this is the final number we have to bring, and this final number is carrying 6 as a unit digit. So when 6 is a unit digit, what are the two options I said? That either it could be 4 or it could be 6, because 4 4s are 16, 6 6 are 36. In both the cases the unit digit is 6. So first of all we'll try with 4. So in place of this blank we'll write 4 and we'll multiply with 4. 4 4s are 16, 4 2s are 8, and 96. So 96 is not the required number. So what is our next option? Our next option is 6, isn't it? So we'll write 6 and then we'll multiply. 6 6 are 36, 6 3 4, 12 plus 3 156. So now see, we are getting this number. So 6 is our right option. So first write 6 here, then 6 in the quotient, and then you write 156. Always maintain this sequence. Always maintain this sequence. Never write this number first, then this. Okay, first write 6 here, then 6, then this number. Then put a cross mark. And finally what you have to write? You have to write square root of 256 would be equals to 1.6. Okay. Now let's try sum number 3 of question number 3. Sum number 3, we have 51.84. So we'll first write the number 51.84. We'll draw the line here. Now the next thing, we'll do the pairing. And then we'll see which is the closest number that we can write to 51. That would be 6 6 are 36. 7 7s are 49, 8 8s are 64. 64 with the greater number. So what was the preceding number? 7. So 7 into 7 is 49. So 7 7s are 49. So we'll do the subtraction. Now it will be 9, 10, 11. It will be 2. This will be cross mark. Now before we bring this 84, what I said, you have to remove this decimal. So where you have to remove? From here to here. You have to bring it to the quotient. Now you bring 84. Fine. Now the next thing, you have written 7, so 7 also need to be written here, and then you have to add it. 7 plus 7 is 14, and then you have to put a dash here. Fine. So this is the final number that you have to bring, and this final number is carrying 4 as a unit digit. So if it is 4, what are the two options? Either 2 or either 8, because 2 2s are 4, unit digit is 4. 8 8 is 64, unit digit is 4. So the two options are 2 and 8. So we'll first see whether 2 can satisfy our query or not, or whatever we need. So 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8. See, when we put 2 and multiply it with 2, so we are getting this number. So our right choice is what? 2. So put 2 here also, and then 284, like this. Fine. So the square root of 51.84 would be 7.2. As simple as this. Fine. So now let's do the last sum, that is sum number 5. Sum number 5, we have 31.36. So the first thing we'll do is we'll write the number like this, 31.36. Fine. So we'll draw the line, and then the second part is what? We have to do the pairing from the extreme right side of the number. So these are the pairs. Now we'll see that which is the closest number to 31 we can write by using the table. So that is 5 5s are 25, 6 6 are 36, 36 is a greater to 31. So we'll use the preceding one, that means was 5. 5 5s are 25. So 5 5s are 25, isn't it? Now we'll do the subtraction, we'll get 6. Now we'll remove this decimal from here to here, that is to the quotient, and then we'll bring these two pairs here. Now 5, that means we have to add 5 with this 5, we'll get 10 and we'll put dash. Okay, so this required number is carrying 6 as a unit digit. So what are the options? Either 4 or 6. So we'll check it with 4 first. Okay, we'll put 4 here and then we'll multiply with 4 also. 4 4s are 16, 400. So the answer is 416. No, this is not the number. So we'll check it with 6. Okay, 6, 6 6 are 36, 6 1 is 6. Yes, then this time 6 is the right option. Then we'll write 6 here, then 6 here also, and then we'll write the required number, that is 636. So at last we have to write square root of 3136 would be what? 5.6. 5.6. Okay students, so that's it. And two sums I have not performed. Okay, I have not shown you, I have not explained in question number 3. So those two sums would be your homework. Fine. I hope that everyone has understood. Thank you so much. God bless you and stay blessed.